We are iCareiMove. I'm Pat Taylor, and we're going to work with the ball today. So come up to standing, soften through the knees, and we're going to start with that ball in between your knees and just apply a gentle bit of pressure. Pop your feet in neutral, so feet in parallel, and just bend through the knees. Okay, relax the shoulders, roll back the shoulders. Oh, lovely. And just slowly, so really super slow. Okay, feel that movement coming forwards, up, back and down. Really settling those shoulder blades down at the back. Take some deep breaths, long, slow, deep breaths. Lovely. And then we're going to just move one shoulder. Lift the elbow, so lead with that elbow as it comes round to the back. And you might feel lots of crunches going on there. That's fine. Hopefully they'll stop when you get warm. Okay, make it bigger. So bring that elbow up to shoulder height, take it back and down. That's it. And start to bend the knees a little bit more and rotate through the torso. So you're taking your eye gaze behind you now. That's it. Lovely. Keep your breath nice and regular. Excellent. And then we're going to make that movement even bigger. So take the whole arm up and behind you. Just mobilizing through the shoulders. Excellent. Keep that turn going as well. So take your eye gaze with you. So it's not just like a backstroke. We're actually rotating through the waist, feeling that movement through the ribs. Lovely, and then we'll come back to our movement that we did on Friday. So we're going to take one arm to the side and then the other arm. So just prepping for now. So just take them to shoulder height and bringing them back to centre. Lovely, and then we're going to go up. So we're going to go upwards towards the ceiling and bring it back down and then change sides. Lovely, shoulder height. Keep those knees nice and soft. Taking that tension out of your knees. And then we're going to take the arm down. So eye gaze down towards the floor and then to the other side. So we're going to come up to the top again. So up to the ceiling. Rotate through. Other side. Use your breath. Shoulder height. Lovely, and make that real nice flow, gentle flow, and then down towards the floor. And let's go one more time. So up to the ceiling. Excellent. And shoulder height. Good. And then one more down to the floor. Okay, we're going to come on to our toes and heels. So tucking the bottom under, thinking about your pelvic floor now. So shoulders back and down again. Think about your posture. So pull everything in to really support your spine. And then we're going to just rock onto the toes, spread those toes out, and then rock onto the heels. Again, soft knees. Ooh. See how you feel. Be careful. Hold on if you need to. If this makes you feel unsteady, then hold on to something. And take your time. Start small maybe. So just rocking toes and heels. Lovely. Good. Eye gaze is forwards. Relax those shoulders. Use your hands if you need to just balance. So just counterbalance. And then we're going to slide the hands down the thighs and just circle through the knees. And you do what you can here. If it's uncomfortable at any point, then just make it really small, or just side to side even if that rotation is uncomfortable. Lovely. Keep going, keep reversing. So really working through the ankles as we make that movement bigger. Can you feel it through the ankles? So make that knee circle. further out to the sides, to the back, to the front, and back round again. So you can see how it kind of flexes your ankles as you bend your knees. Lovely. Okay, coming to our feet. So pop the ball under one foot, and we're going to slide that ball away to the heel and bring it back in. So sliding away, bending through the supporting knee, just as far as you can go that's comfortable for you, so not overstretching here. So literally sending that ball away and sliding it back in. Trying to put even pressure through the foot, working through this supporting leg, trying to make sure the knee stays over the toes. And just one more for me. Lovely. Hold it there and just make a circle with the foot. Lovely. So standing strength through this supporting leg. You might start to feel a little bit achy already. That's it. Hold on if you need to. So one way, and then we're going to reverse direction. So what happens when we get tired, when our hips and joints feel it, your hip might start to stick out a little bit. And I really want you to focus on bringing it in and up and back into alignment. And reverse direction. Lovely. And then just step off that ball. We're going to stay on the same side. Just wiggle, jiggle your hips a little bit, because we're going to stay with that leg. But I just wanted you to have a little rest. So coming back onto that supporting leg, we're going to take this ball and we're going to work it around the outside edges of the foot, crossing that foot across the midline. You might be a little bit wobbly, that's fine. We're going to take the ball around to the back. So it's like a little dribble. So working through the foot, the ball, taking it around and outside the edges of that leg. And we won't be here very long, but it's great for your balance, great for your proprioception, and it's good for that supporting leg. Lovely. Okay, come off that ball and wiggle jiggle again. So just circle through the hips for me. Just one way and then the other way, releasing off the hips, the knees, the tension through. Okay, back to the other side now. So ball comes under the other foot, and we're going to soften through the supporting leg, through that knee, and we're going to send that ball away. So just start small, roll it forwards, roll it back, roll it forwards, and realign your posture. Okay, so think shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. So try not to lean forwards or backwards, keeping that lovely posture. Okay, and then we can start to bend through the ankle, sending the ball forwards, and just readjust your feet on the ball. So a little bend and straighten, bend and roll it back. You can push your foot down on the ball if it helps you to stay steady, but really think about spreading those toes out to keep you balanced and steady on that supporting leg. That's it. Good. Can you do one more, two more for me? Excellent. Last one. Good. And then come off that ball. Lovely. We're going to circle one way. And remember that hip, keeping those hips in alignment. And one side will be worse than the other. So really focus on that. Change direction. Lovely. And then the other way. Do you hate this? Or are you okay? Lovely. And then take your foot off. Just rest for a second. Just move around that. Rotate through that supporting ankle, because that's quite tough as well. Okay, and then we're going to go for taking the ball from one side of the other foot of the supporting leg, rolling it around the other side, around the back. I'm going to hold onto the wall with this for this one. Rolling it around the back side of the foot, the supporting leg and around the front. That's it. What's happening with your hip? Is it starting to stick out? Or is it pulled in alignment? Keep going. Keep going. Lovely. Oh, I've lost my ball. And step out. Have a wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. That's it, Jane. Lovely. You just want to dance, didn't you? I think you missed it Friday. We were doing BGs, or was that the next class? Okay, we're going to roll down. So we're going to take our time. So take the ball into the hands, soften through the knees. So what we should see is the ball away from the legs. Soften the knees so that you're not kind of taking too much strain through the back, through the spine. And just roll down as far as you can go for that first time. And just coming up to an upright position. Roll the shoulders, take the ball above you, brace through the belly, send that ball overhead and a little way back. Bringing it forwards and coming into that lovely roll down. So, if you feel a sticky bit, hold it there. Just maybe move the hips from side to side until it loosens off a little bit. And then we roll back up again. So we'll be here for just a couple of minutes. So really take your time to feel that stretch overhead and the stretch through the back as you come down. There's no rush. Trying to just get a little further each time. Make sure you roll the shoulders at the top. Lovely. Good. And let's do one more. And we're just going to hold, next time you're down, we're just going to hold the ball towards the floor. And we're going to walk the knees. So we're going to bend one knee, straighten the other. Push down a little bit on the ball if you need to. So really stretching through the hamstrings. Lovely. And then just walk the ball further forwards and just come onto your toes again. You can push down through the ball, come onto your heels and walk the ball back. Walking it forwards, coming onto the toes, so just taking the weight onto the balls of the feet and the toes and rolling back. One more time. And then we're going to come down onto all fours with the ball between your hands. Sit back in child's pose and just have a big stretch. That's it. So really push the bottom back, push the hands forwards, knees are nice and wide, and then start to push the armpit on one side down. So push it down towards the floor and then lift and push the other side down. So stretching right through the shoulder. And as you push the armpit down, try and take the head to the other side. So eye gaze to the other side. And just lifting and lowering. Getting a big stretch there. And you might feel it into the back of the shoulder blades, around the top of the shoulders. And then we come up onto all fours. I'm going to turn around. So we're going to come in to thread the needle with the ball. So really good setup here. So hips under knees, shoulders on, hands under the shoulders even. Fingers are spread, and put the weight through your middle finger, and we're going to take the ball in one hand and we're going to start to thread that ball through the hand and the arm, hand and the knee, sorry, lowering the shoulder, dropping down. If you can, drop that shoulder down to the floor and then lift, and then start to lift that elbow up behind you and then thread again. So we're taking our time until we reach full extension of the arm as it comes behind you. So just taking it out a little further, making that movement smooth, and lifting that ball above you, out, behind and above. And if you need to settle on the shoulder while it's on the floor, that's fine. Big push through the hand as you lift your weight up and off the floor. Lovely. And just a couple more. That's it. If it's uncomfortable, then just stay with bringing that elbow behind you. Okay, we're going to swap sides straight away. So come onto the other hand, ball comes into the other hand, and we start to thread through. So just slowly, small movements, bringing that ball up and in front of you. Starting to bring the elbow, starting to lift the elbow, see how that arm feels, that shoulder feels. I know a lot of you have got shoulder problems, so just adapting where you need to. Lifting and lowering. And then coming into a full lift of that arm if you can. Again, just staying down if you need to stretch out the back of the shoulder. Lovely. Good. Fabulous. And then hold it there. Sit back onto your heels. Just pop the ball between your knees and just roll through your wrists to give them a little rest. That's it. We're going into one of my favourite moves. A little bit of balance, a little bit of fun. Guess which one it is. Okay, so we're going to pop the ball. This is where you might need to deflate yours a little bit, Chris, but see how you go. The ball comes under the knee. So again, hands are under the shoulders. And adjust the ball. So you kind of need to get your knee right in the centre. And you can put your toes on the floor behind you. So you're going to curl your toes underneath you. And I want strong shoulders. So try not to kind of let your chest dip. So strong shoulders, and we're going to start to lift the other leg back and away from you. So you've got a long leg. Let me swap sides so you'll be able to see. So we've got one knee on the back on the ball, the other leg floats behind you, and then we're going to start to lift, point the toes and lift the whole leg up and down. So squeezing the bottom, we're not bending through the knee, it's a lift. And if you try and squeeze the bottom as well, keep the hips facing down, then it will restrict that movement. But a big squeeze of the glutes there. That's it. So pointing, lifting and lowering. Okay. We're going to change slightly. So we're going to lift the leg. We're going to take that leg out, bring it back to centre. Then we bring that knee in towards the elbow. So it's point the toes, take the leg out slightly, extend and knee to elbow. And I don't want you to rush this. I want you to just take your time. So you're a bit imbalanced. You've got different sides of the body doing different things. Concentration. Okay, hold that knee into the elbow. And then we're just going to extend. So extend and bring that knee in. Extend, squeeze in. That's it. Are you a bit wobbly there? Or are you okay? I won't ask you to give me the thumbs up. So this might make you a bit warm. And then drop that knee down. Are we okay? Okay, we're going to change sides. So pop the knee on the other side. Pop the ball under the other knee, sorry. And adjust. And then curl the toes underneath the ball, underneath the foot, so that you are steady. And it might take you a minute to just feel completely steady, or as safe as you can. So this side for me feels really different. I feel really wobbly this side. So it might be just where we've popped our knees. Okay, so we're going to start to straighten the leg, squeeze the bottom, squeeze those glutes, hips are facing down. Try and think about that evenness through the hips. So just straightening the leg and lowering, straighten and lower, lift and lower. That's it. Lift and lower. And then we're going to lift and take the leg out to the side. So not too far, just maybe a couple of inches. Bring it back to the centre and lower, lift and take it out to the side. That's it. Keep going. Oh, we've got a dog on camera. That's it. Okay, then we're going to add in the knee. So bend the knee, straighten the leg, and then send the leg out to the side. Lifting the knee, straightening, opening. Good. And then we're just going to do knee to elbow and push into extension. So extend that leg, really push it away, really squeeze those glutes. And probably about 6 or 8 here. That's it. Lovely. Brilliant. Good. When you've done your 8, come off, just sit on your heels, roll through those wrists. That's quite strong through the wrists, isn't it? Oh. And then we're just going to stretch them out the opposite way. So just take the fingers and pull them down. Just pull them towards your elbows, towards your body. And we're just stretching through the top of the wrist there. And then change sides. That feels really nice, doesn't it? Fabulous. Good. We're going to come onto our bellies. And I know some of you won't like this, especially if you've had porridge or Weetabix or something. So we're going to just pop the ball under the chest. So kind of like diaphragm. So adjust where you need to, and it might well make you feel sick, so I'm sorry if it does. So I want you to just relax your arms in front of you and allow your head to be neutral, so it's not resting on the floor, but we've got a long spine, and we're just going to come into a glute squeeze. So heels come out, feet come up to the outside edges of your mat and your toes turn in. And then we're just going to squeeze the bottom and then let go. Squeeze and let go. So we're in a little bit of back extension, but not too much. So squeeze, let go, squeeze, just prepping really. Okay, then we're going to start to lift the chest off away from the ball. We're going to send our elbows into our sides, push the hands away, make a circle around, squeeze the bottom, lift the chest off the ball and lower. Hands come around and then slide in to the waist. Send the hands up, so it's like a semicircle all the way around. Elbows into the waist, push up, lift the chest away from the floor, lower down and make that semicircle again. And rest at the starting position. Okay, push away, hands overhead, around, hands to waist. Big squeeze at the bottom here. Keep breathing, try not to hold your breath. And I know some of you don't like back extension, and we'll come into the opposite move in a minute. So a big squeeze, really trying to lift your chest away, your diaphragm away from the ball. as we lift and lower. Rest in the centre. Lovely. Good. Lovely. And then hold it there. Sit back into child's pose to just give you some relief. Take that ball underneath the hands in front of you and just drop the head onto the floor. And just stay in child's pose. Okay, bring that ball in between your hands, come into 4-point kneeling, and we're just going to come into cat-cow. So, send the spine up towards the ceiling, tuck the bottom under, and actually we'll just come to neutral. Just come to neutral. And then curl again. So your spine's in the C shape, your chin's into the chest, your bottom's tucked under, and then releasing into neutral. And again. So stretching out from that back extension. And one more time. Lovely. Okay, we're going to come onto our sides. And we're going to pop the ball in between your knees and let your body come down onto your hand or a cushion. Got a dog's bum in the camera. Very nice. Ah. Okay, so supporting hand is in front of you. And we're going to actually pop that ball down to the ankles without losing it. So it's down in the ankles. Work that foot on the top so that your foot is on top of the ball, and we're going to just lift and lower the ball. So it's going to pull up towards the calf and push down. So sending the knee up towards the ceiling. Okay, so really opening out the hip here, using your foot, your toes, to slide that ball up and down. So lift the knee, slide it down. If you want to straighten that leg, actually that might be easier. Oh, your dog's having a ball, Jane. Oh, get it? Sliding up, pushing down. Lovely. Then we're going to keep the ball between the ankles, and we're going to brace through the core. Our hips are stacked, so weight is over, hip is over the other hip. So, and support yourself with your hand in front of you. We're going to lift both legs and then lower. So straight legs, lift and lower. That's it. Now, we're going to pull in through the waist as well. So we're going to try and lift the waist off the floor. So we lift the waist off the floor and then lift both the legs and lower. Lift and lower. Lift. Good. Keep going. Lift. Good. And maybe just a couple more. Excellent. And then we're going to roll over onto our backs. So roll onto your back, keep the ball by your feet. And pop both feet on. Okay, so heels come towards the bottom. Now it's a bit harder to get the heels close in when the ball's under your feet. So we're going to come into a bridge just a couple of times. So we're going to squeeze the bottom, come into that pelvic tilt, lift the hips off the floor, wobbly wobbly, and lower down. Now Annie, this might be too much for you. If you want to do it without the ball, that's fine. It might be just too much pressure through that painful knee. So super wobbly here. So try and get the ball right underneath the feet rather than just the heel on or the toes on. And try to keep these knees in so that they will want to push out. I want you to really focus on squeezing them in. And I'm sorry if it's giving you a bit of cramp in your hamstrings. Okay, we'll come back to this shortly. So we're going to pull the ball up under your bottom. So the ball comes kind of to your lower back, which is quite nice, I think. So we're going to lift one leg into half tabletop and then the other comes into half tabletop. So just make sure that the ball's in the right place. So you're in a slight pelvic tilt when both legs are lifted. Okay, so fingertips are on the floor. And we're going to just start by sending one leg away about 45 degrees and then bring it back to neutral. So nice and smooth, slow movement, sending the other leg. So just alternating legs, extending and bringing that leg back in, extending the other one, bringing it back in. If you want to make it harder, you can pop your hands across your shoulders, opposite shoulders, and then try. Give it, ooh. You can always pop your hands down if you're too wobbly. So think core, think smooth, think slow. Point, extend, bring it back. Point, extend, bring it back. Keep going. I'm going to watch you. You can put your hands down if you need to. Lovely. You could pop your hands overhead if you wanted to as well. That's so you're slightly less wobbly than both hands are, but slightly more unbalanced than both hands down by your sides. Okay, let's speed it up now. So fingertips down, speed it up. So alternate, little cycle, push, pull, push, pull, push, and keep going. Okay. Excellent. So really start to bring that knee in towards the chest and lengthen through the other leg. Can you lower that leg a little bit more? Lovely. Okay, pop the feet down. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep the ball there. We're not done yet. And then just rest. Take the feet away. Just come into a full body stretch for a moment. Relax the hands on the floor behind you. Okay. Bringing the hands back down. Fingertips to the floor. Into tabletop again. Hands come wide this time. And this time we're just going to lower the knees to one side. And you'll literally only be able to go a couple of inches or so. And then back to centre. So you've got to really brace the core. Okay, so pull everything in to support you. Think pelvic floor as well. Just lowering, and it's literally a slight movement. Sending the knees to one side and then back to centre. Reset if you need to. Pop your feet on the floor if you need to. Side to side. Side to side. Keep breathing. And then stay in the centre. Okay, we're going to extend one leg away. So brush the foot along the floor. Lift it up. Drop it down. Bring it back to the centre, to the starting position. Other side. Slide the foot along the floor. Big push up. Point the toes. Down. Lift. Back to tabletop. So we're alternating up, in, down, and lift. Then the other leg slides. So it's a long leg. It's straight while it lifts. And then back to centre. Lovely. Keep going. So make it smooth. Good. Keep going. Good. Lovely. Pop those feet down. Come into a bridge. Send the hips up. Stretch off those psoas muscles. Fabulous. Okay, just take the ball out, but we're going to pop it underneath the bottom of the shoulder blades. So your chest is lifted. And it's like you're having a little sunbathe. You're a bit chilled. Okay, so we're going to take our feet. Feet are on the floor, hip width apart. Hands come towards the knees. And we're just going to keep the head in neutral. Actually, if you wanted to pop your hands behind your head to support your neck, you can, or hands to knees. And we're just going to lift the weight of your body off the ball and lower down. So it's a crunch. Pull the belly in and pull the belly in towards the spine. So it's a pull, it's a little crunch, like a C shape. Lifting, hands towards knees. If your hands are behind your head, try to not bring your chin to your chest. Try to imagine there's a ball in between your chin and chest, and you're keeping that distance between them. So a lift and a lower. And can you lift the chest, the back off that ball a little bit more? So give me another ½ an inch with that squeeze. Lovely, keep going. And then just hold your hands behind your head and just rest that neck. Just have a little rest, so we're resting the neck. Take your eye gaze from one side to the other. As we're going to keep the ball where it is. We're going to send the hands away, so down parallel to the floor, palms are facing down, and we're going to come into the little side reach. So we're trying to reach our hand towards the outside edge of the ankle, working through the side seams of the body. So a little pull, push, pull. So sending the hand down towards the foot, down towards the toes. If you need to move your neck because it's too much tension, take a look to the side as you lean and reach. Good. Keep going, pull the belly in. I love this one, and you might feel it in the next couple of days. Sorry, but it's really great for tackling, for really targeting those muscles down the sides that we tend to ignore really. We don't pay them enough attention. Okay, pop the ball behind your head, just rest the neck. Oh, that's nice. And just take your eye gaze one side to the other. That's it. Now, I did say we're coming back to bridge, so best we do. So we're going to take the ball out. This time, the ball is going to go underneath one foot. So bring the foot in towards the bottom and make sure the whole of the foot is on, but you kind of need to push your heel in, don't you? So you can adjust it. So try to get both feet even. We're going to start to come into that pelvic tilt to just see how it feels. So pelvic tilt, lift and lower. So the foot's on one foot is on the ball, and we're going to push into bridge and lower down. And just lower and lift in your own time. And what you might feel is that hamstring really shouting at you. Lower and lift. This time we're going to stay up. So push up, keep the hips level, try to, and then we're going to pulse at the top. And 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one, lower down and come straight back up into a full bridge. Lower down, so no rest. Try and keep those knees even, try and keep them in alignment. They'll want to come in, they'll want to just push in on that way down. Okay, and then we're going to swap legs, so pop the ball under the other leg but have a little rest. You can stretch out that other leg if you want. It's quite tough into that hamstring. Okay, other foot comes in, and then bring both those feet level, and then start to come into your pelvic tilt, just getting the measure of how it feels. Lift and lower, lift and lower, and then we're going to come up into a full bridge. Push right up, lower down, right up, all the way to the top. Check out your knees, see what they're doing, just notice them and then correct them. Okay, this time we're going to hold up, push down through those feet, hips are level, squeeze, pulse. It's for 16. Knees are level, knees are even, and 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down and then come straight back up into a bridge. And give me 2 more. Lovely. And last one. Excellent. Bring the ball in to your knees. Hug your knees into your chest. Just make a circle with the knees. One way and then the other way. Okay, a little bit of shoulder work. So pop the feet on the floor. Hands hold the ball. Feet are on the floor. So we're going to push the ball away into that protraction, retraction. So push the ball away. Feel the shoulder blades stretching behind you. So the outside edges of your shoulders are off the floor. And then we pull back, still keeping the hands on the ball. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and then push away. So big shoulder work, big movements through the shoulders. Push, squeeze, push and squeeze. Keep going. Couple more. Lovely. Give me 2 more. Excellent. Fabulous. Bring the ball into belly. And we'll come into some stretches. So, just pop the ball down by your side. I'm going to come into a full body stretch again. So toes away, feet away, point the toes, point the fingers above your head. Can you get your shoulders onto the floor behind you? If not, don't worry. Are the backs of your hands on the floor? Push, push, push. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Feel that length through the body. Push those toes away a bit more. Push the fingers away a little more. And then relax. Relax the arms. Relax the feet, the toes. Keep the hands above you. Interlock the fingers. Bring the heels to the bottom. Send the knees out wide. So into a butterfly stretch. Again, try and find some evenness here. Let those knees go. Lovely, bring those knees in. We're going to straighten one leg, take the other knee across the knee, take the foot across the other knee. So you're kind of in a cross-legged position. Then we're going to swap sides, so straighten off the other leg, bend the other knee, take the foot to the outside edge of the knee. And then we're going to pop one foot on the floor, bring the arms down, send the opposite ankle to the knee, and just allow that knee to just rest, and you can give it a little press if you need to, just pressing it out gently. Getting a stretch into the hips. And just walk the heel towards the bottom maybe for a bigger stretch. Then we're going to take the arms wide. We're going to lower the foot onto the floor. So you've got the knees bent, one foot's on the floor, and then we take our eye gaze to the opposite direction. And just enjoy that stretch. Lifting up, swapping sides. So drop that foot, take the knee, take the ankle to the opposite knee, and lower the foot to the floor. And then eye gaze to the other side. Lovely. Excellent. And then hug those knees into the chest again. Make a circle in one direction. And then in the other direction. Take them side to side. And then drop your feet to the floor. Make yourselves comfy. I don't mind where you want to go. You can lie down, sit, and we come into relaxation. Take a long deep breath in through the nose and a long breath out through the nose or through the mouth, whichever you prefer, and just settle your body. Relax through the shoulders, relax the fingers and the hands. There's no tension in the hands at all. Allow the toes to just relax off to the sides. Just be comfortable. Rest your eyes, settle and sigh. Slow your breath even more. And just start with several calm breaths. Paying attention to each breath as it comes in and as it goes out. And bring your awareness to the sounds all around you. Just listen. What do you hear? What do you feel as you listen? Just move gently from one sound to the next. Notice what you can hear. Are the sounds near, or are they far away? Or do they move? Do they move around? Just lie down and let your ears pick up the sounds near and far, all around and in all directions. Just let yourself lie and receive the vibrations of the sound. You don't need to label the sounds. You don't need to interpret the sounds. You don't need to seek out the sounds. You don't even need to like the sounds. Just notice and listen and take in every sound. Sometimes you might find your mind latching onto a sound and going down the path of interpretation, thinking that a sound might trigger meaning. You might notice thoughts or feelings arising in response to the sounds. And you might find yourself judging the sounds or noticing your reactions to them. They're all yours to listen to. Just listen. And those thoughts, your inner voice, do you listen to it? Do you take notice? And what's the message within? This is where we create change, where we set intentions. This is where we can talk to ourselves, where we are positive, and where we talk down our demons, where we find our fire, our reasons to be, our kindness to ourselves, where we drive forward that voice, your intuition. And when you fill your soul by listening to and acting on your intuition, you'll find yourself moving towards the fulfillment of your dreams. So be mindful how you talk to yourself, because you are listening. Sometimes you've got to be able to listen to yourself and be okay with no one else understanding. Listen to your own voice, your own soul. Too many people listen to the noise of the world instead of listening to themselves. And just bring your attention back to you and listen. Just listen. Just take a long, slow breath in and a longer breath out. And then make your breathing more normal, more regular. And you just lighten. Bring your awareness back to now. Move in gently through your body, maybe taking your head from one side to the other, waking up the muscles in your neck. Maybe moving your shoulders, your wrists, your fingers, and your toes and your ankles. Just taking your time to roll over onto one side and come up gently to a seated position. Take a long breath in, have a big stretch. Arms can come overhead if you're ready for that. Bring them down to the heart space. Let's go one more time. Big circle. Deep breath in. Bring the hands down. Open your eyes and give yourself a little round of applause. Well done. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.